They say made in Japan, Honda OEM. Praise the Lord, Honda OEM. Can I get an amen up in here for the Honda Fairings? Yeah. Yeah, I give two shits where they're made, as long as they look good and air flows over them. $450 if they break next month. How you doing, guys? Welcome to Revved Up with Mike. Today we're going to take another peek at this VFR800 and I'm going to diagnose an issue. Actually, I really already know what the issue is. Something that I say a lot about modifying things on a motorcycle without an ECU tune. This has a stock ECU. It has not been messed with. There is no power commander. And I decided to do the flap mod. Even though I kind of knew what the bike was going to do with a flap mod, I kind of live in the world of reality and not like a psychosis. I knew if I gave the bike more air at low RPMs that the ECU would not respond well to that, and just what I thought was going to happen happened. I'm getting a bog now at low RPMs, which means I give it gas, the bike bogs down and doesn't want to go. Now the only thing that I've done to this bike to make that even happen was the flap mod, which is simply disconnecting the vacuum hose, plugging it off that goes to your airbox flap. So we're gonna pull up the tank today real quick, plug it back in and see if the bog goes away, and then we're gonna discuss these Chinese Amazon fairings. That's right, this is a Chinese Amazon fairing set, and I think it looks pretty good. It does have its differences from the original 25th anniversary fairings, namely the color, because, well, this red is actually red, not more of a burgundy, but actually a red, white and blue, and it is a beautiful, beautiful metallic. It'll pick that up, but a beautiful metallic in the blue. I mean, it's a very nice paint job. They say it's 3 coats of clear. I have no reason to doubt that because it does look so good, and everything fit. And everything fit very, very well on this. But let's get that tank up, plug that back in, and I'm going to double check my coils and make sure that they're still screwed down tight, because we're going to take this thing on a big road trip to Connecticut here in a few days, and we'll document that too. Thanks for watching Revved Up with Mike. Stay right there. I'll be right back. We'll get this tank up and take it for a spin. Okay, so that took about 2.2 seconds. As you can see, we got a very clean air filter, brand new in here. Not a Honda air filter, but not a high flow air filter either, just a pretty much stock air filter. And this is our mod right here. Basically, I plugged this off so nothing got into it with just a little bit of electrical tape. So we're gonna pull this off if we can. That's some pretty good tape though, so hold on here. See if we can get this off. There we go. So that's off. And then here is our vacuum hose right here, and as you can see, we put a screw in there, so I'm gonna have to unscrew this. That's simply gonna plug back on there, and then our flap vacuum will work again, and we should eliminate that low end bog, and I bet you that takes care of it. So let's do that real quick. I'll leave that tape right on there because it's nice and tight and it gives it a good seal. That's it. There we go. So just so you know, when you start this bike up, if you get that, this also created a harder start for the bike also because the flaps closed, bike's getting more air. This snorkel was actually already removed when I got the bike. I didn't do that. If I had my way, I'd have the snorkel back on, being stock, but I don't have it, so we're at the mercy right now of what the ECU decides to do. However, so that flap is going to, well, it's going to close at our low idle now. And that's going to help the starting when we start this bike. But it's probably not going to work right away because our ECU sets a perimeter and it learns that the amount of time, I can't tell you, but usually after a short ride, everything adjusts in a couple new starts, and then a cold start, and everything relearns and restarts. So there I have it. We'll put the tank back down, put these 2 bolts back in, and we'll be set to rock and roll. So she's all buttoned back up and looking pretty up in there, right? This is the tank cover that we got on this fairing kit. And I gotta tell you, you got a little bit of a gap right here. I think that's definitely just nature of the beast. I do have another one of these covers that is supposed to be coming by the factory because this thing had a crack. I actually covered it with this and put a little padding on there for the seat. Anyhow, there's a crack under here from when we sit this down on the bike itself. And but other than that, it's a super, super nice tank cover. So, but they're going to send me another one, a replacement, which is cool. So I'll have an extra. And the paint on this is remarkable. I will tell you, you're going to have to come up with a spacer to run this because you don't want to put extreme pressure on this. And what I did is I have a spacer in between, and then I have these little rubber washers, big rubber washers, actually very thick, right here, white ones. They look pretty good, and the holes line up perfectly. It screws down nice, and it's all rubber mounted. No excessive force on any of the plastics. It looks pretty good. I'm gonna put the seat on. We're gonna take it for a ride. Stay right there. Okay, so exactly what I said was going to happen has happened. The bike's running a lot better. I don't have the bog. I don't have the hesitation. And I've actually ran this about 30 miles, just shut it off. We're going to start it back up. I want to show you the difference on the start. Before, this thing would crank a little bit before it started. Now, instantaneous. So it's a lot better. I don't have to hold the button, literally hit it, and it starts. And that's because that flap is doing what it's supposed to be and closing off the airbox to, well, make it start easier. So let's take it for a ride now. So no low-end bog now. And if you see a cord whipping, well, that's because it's hooked to my camera. It's out there a little bit, so there we go. We're gonna need a longer cable. So anyhow, it's exactly as I said, way better. No bogging, no stalling, no hard starting, and the bike's actually smoother. No, you don't get that low roar in the airbox, but you know, it's not worth it for the performance. And that affects the hot starts and the cold starts. I wanted to give the ECU a chance to relearn. I think it has already, but just what a difference. The smoothness, downshifting, everything. So much smoother, which is cool. I don't know why this guy's reverse lights are on. That's a little weird. His brake lights are connected to his reverse lights. You may be a redneck if you don't know how to hook up your lights. And what the frig is going on with his mirrors? I mean, when you hook up your tail lights, do you not check them? Did you not check your reverse lights? Did you not, when you hit the brake lights, did you not know your reverse lights are coming on? Alright guys, so we've established that it runs better, smoother, starts better, simply by hooking the flat back up. So that's good. With a factory ECU, keep in mind that's with an untuned bike. Yes, you give it more air. With a tune, it's a different story. Now let's talk about these Chinese fairings. Woo! China, China, China. They're good. They don't suck. Let's put it that way. $450. I can blow that out drinking it in a weekend, right? $450. So this bike looks brand new. I know it looks new because everybody's telling me your bike looks new, man. Did you buy a new bike? No, I didn't. I did not buy a new bike. I just put some China fairings on it from Amazon. Amazon China fairings, which is cool, right? You can get this stuff on Amazon. I love it. I didn't have to wait. It was here in less than a week. I'll leave the link in the description below. It was here in less than a week, and they look amazing. Are they perfect? No, they're not perfect. Come on, we can nitpick anything. But they're really nice, and if you walked up on this bike, you're gonna go, wow, that's a good looking bike. If you start getting on your hands and knees, pulling out your magnifying glass, pulling out your micrometer, yeah, you might see some differences. But I tell you, if I saw this bike, if I was going to look at this bike, and I didn't know these were Chinese fairings, it's got a tank cover on it. So that's the giveaway. But it works because I don't have to buy a whole new gas tank to change the color of my bike. It looks legit except for the small gap that's up top around the fuel fill cap. There's just a small gap there, and I guess you kind of would want that there. So if it rains, it's not running in your fuel cap, you know what I mean? So it'd run down the sides of the tank and off the bike instead of making a pool, a puddle, you know what I mean? A little gas tank, gas cap puddle. So I think that's probably why they did that. But it fits well. The tank itself, the tank cover itself, did have a crack down the bottom, which I'm going to put a picture of it. It's an eyesore for sure, but so far it hasn't affected the rest of it anyhow. And I've been put a few miles on it since I got it, but quite a few actually, probably 500, and it still hasn't gotten any worse or anything like that. And that happened with on the install, by the way. It's just made a little too tight. It really was. But it's really good. I mean, it's nice. This is a rough road, man. Holy shit, this is a rough road. But it's made nice. The fairings fit, bolted up perfectly. The windscreen that came with this kit, too, I don't have it on. This is my zero gravity, but I'm going to put it on. It's just that I figured, why scratch up two windscreens when we, you know what I mean, go through one first. Actually, the one they sent me is a double bubble. It's actually nicer than this zero gravity. It really is. It's more sturdy, everything. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. So low end right here, we're at 3,000 RPM, and there's no bogging. There's no bogging now. It doesn't have that open whoosh of air, but there's no bogging. The acceleration is there. So that was 5th gear. There's 6th gear. So 2,500, no bogging. It goes. No, it doesn't pull hard because we're at such a low RPM, but it still goes. How does the VTEC work? How does the VTEC? I don't know yet. I haven't hit it. Haven't went into VTEC range yet. But I'll tell you, I mean, I have before we did this. So... Oh, yeah. I almost think that it comes on harder because it balances that out. So that's cool. So these Chinese fairings have, they've been, I mean, 500 miles is quite a ways. There's no broken, nothing on them that's happened during my rides. They're easy to keep clean. They took wax well when I did wax them. That's the first thing you're going to want to do, guys, is I did some spray wax on them first to take off any residue that might have been on them, and then I put a good coat of graphene wax on them all, and it just keeps them nice and shiny. And then I give it a wipe down when I get back every time with some detailer. So much smoother. Downshifts, shifting smoother. I know that sounds weird when I say it's shifting smoother. It's the way the engine's running and catching when you use your gears. Oh, VTEC came on strong. Woo!
zone right here is retarded. Nothing out this way. 30 mile an hour zone. Come on, man. Come on, man. What a good sounding motor. When that VTEC comes on at 7,000, it comes on like a freaking supercharger, or a turbocharger, I should say. Not a supercharger. Superchargers are all the time, but it comes on like almost like a turbo. Boom! There it goes. Except it doesn't. It's almost like it's spooling up. It's cool. It's a kick in the pants. It really is. I like that feeling. I like that feeling. That feeling is so nice, huh? My camera come back to me. I think my camera came back to me. I think it did. I don't know what happened there. It's a little different. Pretty sure that camera came back to Papa. Twisted or something. Something happened there. That was different. So I would definitely buy another set of fairings. I think I'm going to buy another set of fairings for this bike. Because they make so many cool designs. And you know what? You might want to do that, you know? Hey, next year, my bike's going to look like this. $450. I got the scheme, the paint scheme that I want too. I know the kit that I want. I mean, I know it. Man, this is moving on me. Moving on a Sunday afternoon. Moving. Yeah, she loosened up on me, for sure. There we go. That's a little better. Didn't like that. I didn't like that loosened up on me. So anyhow, here we are. Stopped for a construction zone where they're doing something on a totally different part of the road. Apparently there's no need for this, but whatever. Only in New York. They're working on the other road, but they're stopping us on this road, which makes a lot of sense. We'll look over here to the left and you'll see what they're doing. So anyhow, back to what I was saying. Imagine this. Every year you have it's like having a new bike. And it gives you an excuse to pull all your fairings off, clean everything underneath. It's like $450 is basically maintenance on your motorcycle. You know what I mean? It's expensive. Maintenance is expensive for a motorcycle. So $450 for maintenance, you know, plus you're going to put your regular maintenance on it. But it's just worth it to keep your bike looking pristine. And then you find out when you pull these off every year and sit them to the side. Sell them. If they're decent, sell them. Fund your new set. Sell them and fund your new set. You know? Or keep them. Whatever you want to do with that price, keep them. It's like changing the socks if you want to. But it gives you an excuse to get in all the nooks and crannies, clean everything underneath every year, make sure everything's tip-top, check everything out. You know, your rectifier, your stator, your battery, your everything, you know what I mean? And just do your full maintenance on it and have your fairings a part of your maintenance. They're that cheap. They're that cheap where your fairings can be a part of your maintenance. I got to do my maintenance on my bike, put some new fairings on it. People are going to look at you like, what the fuck? $450? $450, man. That's shipped. It was shipped. Insane. You know, I got $100 in my oil change. So, yeah, I run Redline 1040 and a really good filter and flush all the fluids all the time with synthetics and you name it, right? So Wow. Crazy. Holy shit, I've seen a lot of Dodge Challengers today. Who cares? Put your good ones up. Put your made in Japan ones up. You run these, you won't cry when they get scratched. How's that sound? There's so many reasons to get these. So many. You know, maybe people want these just to protect their good ones, you know? Put them up, save them. Personally, I'm selling my originals. They're scratched up. People want them though, because they say made in Japan, Honda OEM. Praise the Lord, Honda OEM. Can I get an amen up in here for the Honda Fairings? Yeah. Yeah, I give two shits where they're made, as long as they look good and air flows over them. $450 if they break next month. It's still on the bike, man. They ain't going nowheres. And then another big thing they say is, well, the bolts that they give you. I'm talking like a Karen, Darren, or a Sally. The bolts that they give you are not heavy duty enough. Stop over tightening your shit, Corky. That's the problem. You over tighten shit. Everybody over tightens shit, and they strip out their Allen heads and everything else. Well, here's a news flash for you. They just need to be stung. They don't back out. They're not going to back out. If you're worried about them back out, put a little bit of light Loctite on them. They make this thing called Loctite. Different grades of it. But you don't want a heavy grade because you don't want them to stay in forever. You want to be able to get them out with just a little bit of Loctite. How's that sound, Karen, Darren, Sally, Corky? Did the police, the state trooper, we always keep an eye on them. They're sneaky. They go around the curve and then turn around. That's what they do. We're not speeding them. Not right now, anyhow. I've ordered the Honda wings for this thing numerous times and they keep fucking it up or trying to rip me off. Everything I've ordered from eBay, the last 6 items that I've ordered from eBay have did nothing but screw me. Including the chain. I ordered a 110 link chain. Guess what? They send me 120. And then say, oh, they made a mistake at the warehouse. No, they didn't. You still got the 100. They don't have them. They're not in stock. Well, you still got the listing up for the 110. They lied. They just shipped me 120 and hoping that I would just go away. But I didn't, so I leave bad feedback. I'm not changing it. They asked me, can you change it? We'll give you $6 off if you change your feedback. You can't buy me for $6. You can't buy me for a new chain. Feedback's what it is. You guys suck. And another thing, I ordered this Honda emblems for the side of the bike. I'm sure you guys have seen the logos. I just wanted to make it a little modern looking, throw them on the side. From the same company, I ordered gold Honda. They're raised like a 3D gold modern wing that says Honda on them for the gas tank. Same company that I ordered from, the other one. So I was like, oh, I ordered from before. Okay, I trust them a little bit. Oh, don't. They used my old tracking number, which was last month, for the ones on the side, and attached it to the new ones and said it was delivered before I even ever ordered them. Yeah, that's right. So when you look at shipping, they were delivered last month, but I just ordered them the day before yesterday. Yeah, scammers, man. And then I was like, okay, we'll just do the yellow decals. And I ordered from another place on eBay, decal company, supposed to be, okay, we'll ship it right out, blah, blah, blah. First of all, it took forever and a day. And then when they finally came, they were Barney purple. Blatantly ordered yellow, gloss yellow. They were Barney purple. Insane shit. Another one was an exhaust clamp that is still not on this. I need an exhaust clamp. Hopefully I don't get an exhaust leak, and I want to put the clamp on before I develop that leak. Anyhow, exhaust clamps, a band clamp. Inexpensive item, $4. I'll order it. It's in South Carolina, be here in a few days, no hurry. Nope. Shipping DHL, they lied. They said they were shipping from the United States, South Carolina. They're shipping from China, slow boat from China, while simultaneously faking tracking numbers to make it look like it's shipped DHL here in the U.S. and like, oh, South Carolina. So it's been in New Jersey for a bunch of days. DHL. No, it's on a slow boat from China. So it's like everything. I don't recommend eBay for anything anymore. Nope, I used to use eBay all the time. Everything I order now is a clusterfuck. And you can't just call somebody from eBay. Like, there's no like customer service number to call. You can find one, but it's like pulling teeth. And then you hope you get somebody that speaks English and can understand right from wrong. So I just leave bad feedback. I don't even give them a chance. If it's bad service, it's bad service. I'm leaving bad feedback. You know? It's funny. Ooh, little dead squirrel in the road. It's funny because when I order my guitars from eBay on the other channel, from the Chinese, they ship right from warehouses immediately. Boom, they don't want the bad feed. Boom, it's coming. So, you know, it seems like you'd be more skeptical about ordering guitars. Nope, they always come, and always usually pretty decent. You order a guitar or a motorcycle part, and God forbid, so I was having the Interceptor things, a local company, made up for the back of my bike. This was about a week and a half ago. I stopped in, gave them what I needed. Oh, we'll have it done. It's going over the 4th of July. Can you pick it up after the 4th? Sure. Stopped in after the 4th. It's not done. Hasn't even been started. Oh, you know what? We'll get them right on it and have them do it today. This was yesterday. And you can stop back later on and pick them up. Okay, I didn't stop back yesterday. I didn't want to bother them again. So I swung out today, well, before noon. And haven't even started them. Still haven't started them. And I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Seriously, they took my money, okay. It's just, it's everybody lately. I don't know what it is. Like, there's something in the water or something. There's no customer service. There's no thought of getting shit done. And they weren't cheap, just so you know. I just wanted to keep my business local, and I've dealt with this company since I was 17 years old. 52, going to be 53 this month, actually. So, I mean, a lot. Thousands and thousands of dollars worth of business. And they don't get this done. Now, don't tell me to come back. You know, if you say it's going to be a couple more days, that's fine, but if I wasn't, this was today, I didn't record it, but that's what I was doing when I was doing the bike. I went there. If I wasn't doing this today, I mean, that would have been a wasted trip, but honestly, I planned this trip to go there, and I was going to plug them, you know what I mean? I can't plug them now, I can't. You guys just fucked up, and it's getting worse. It's getting more pricey and more expensive, too. Like, but hopefully they're decent. Hopefully they're decent. So, we'll call you when they're done. Okay, that's fine. Call me when they're done, but don't tell me they're going to be done and not have them done, and then tell me they're going to be done again and not be done. And then looked at me like, when I walked in, like, oh, what are you here for? They're not done. You told me to come back yesterday, and I didn't. And then I come back today instead. They give you more time, another half a day, and they haven't been started, and you look at me like I'm not supposed to be there. I have been following this car, the Texas plates, the whole way, and they have did nothing but drive way below the speed limit. They're never getting back to Texas at that rate of speed. That's a push out. 66 Cadillac down that road. Alright, guys. Thanks for watching Revved Up with Mike. Another episode. I think this will be number 7. Hit that like button, share, subscribe. Leave a comment section below. What would you like to see next? Let me know. You guys rock me on. Stay with this channel because it's going to grow. It's going to get bigger. It's going to get better. Especially when we start testing out all kinds of motorcycles, right? That's going to be fun. All right, guys. Peace out. Talk to you later. Bye.